What's up, people? It's another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best new metal adjacent, quasi new metal podcast from two dudes who are really there. I'm one half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. With me, I have my partner in crime, the notorious TIM, Teenage Jr. Tim, how's it going?
Great. Fucking freezing, but good.
Yeah, it's fucking cold here. When you're getting snow in Florida, it's like what the hell is going on? I saw people having a snowball fight in New Orleans, which is
Yeah, it's wild.
they're like, and you want to talk about fucking driving, it gets even scarier. Joining us from across the pond, very late their time, so we're gonna try and keep this one as efficient as possible. We have Scott and Charlie from the band Black Coast. Gents, thanks for joining us.
No worries. Excited for the chat.
How we doing? We good?
We are glad to have you, and we are thankful. Shout out to Harvey for the connection.
Yeah, so it's all graphic nature.
Good dude. I'm glad to hear. It looks like that those headline shows they did went really well. Now they're going to be opening up that Throne tour. It's Throne, right?
Yeah,
which is it's awesome.
yeah,
Like
good.
good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, man,
Uh,
it's definitely cool to be able to get you guys on, especially this late, because it's like one of them things where me and Jay suffer with getting bands from the UK on, because it's like our work schedules suck, and then it's like
Yeah,
it's 5-6 hours ahead. So it's always like seriously appreciate you guys doing this, man.
yeah, we really
yeah,
do.
We,
yeah.
we,
You're lucky because I don't. You're working tomorrow, aren't you, Charles?
I'm working, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like seven till seven tomorrow.
we,
Oh
but
god
like,
damn.
I'm in recording. We're recording tomorrow, so like I'm not in work tomorrow, so we're recording. So a little bit of a lie in tomorrow.
It's all right. I just got to scout people all day. It sounds. Don't worry about it.
So let's get right into that. You guys are. I'm assuming. Are you guys putting out another full length?
um,
No, I don't know about that yet. No,
we don't know about.
Okay.
we have no idea yet about what's coming. So it's kind of like we're just going to see what's what and see. Uh, yeah, we're just going to see what's what. There's no like plans for that. I wouldn't say yet. So
No,
you know.
So I'm safe to assume the band's not really a full-time thing for you guys.
Um,
no. Well,
it is and it isn't. It is and it isn't. I would say. I would say that we would like it to be a full time thing, but obviously we've got lives as well, so you kind of got to
Right.
like pull everything together. So, we do as much as we can. I would say.
yeah,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that either way. I mean, especially in today's age, it's hard as shit to be a working full-time band, especially in the genre you guys are in. It's like I don't think many people realize how hard it is to do that.
Yeah, I mean
Well,
it's yeah.
the juggling process of everything, isn't it? You've got to think like everyone's just juggling things all the time, and we're not spring chickens anymore. That's not gonna lie.
no.
I don't
And
know how
also,
you guys pile into a van with each other. Like I'm almost 50, and the thought of like I'm sure you guys are great friends, but like being stuck with a bunch of dudes in a van, like not showering, I'm pretty sure I'm too old and I would be like I make all these fucking weird noises when I get out of bed in the morning because everything's cracking into place. It's just I don't know how you guys do it. God bless you.
We still do it like the old school way as well. We still do it like with the bunks and
yeah,
everything. We all in one van, kind of like all together, kind of like. So I feel like we still do it kind of the old school way, not like
we,
a lot
literally.
of hotels, to be honest with you. Like, and we're just there, like all jump in a van, country lane, and then just yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's literally do the show, find somewhere to sleep, go sleep, wake up, find a service station, have a shower, have something to eat, and then drive on to the next place. And that's like, yeah, we like Charles said, we're doing it like the old school way completely. But
Well,
going back to what you said, he says the hardest juggle, but the other hardest thing is like obviously the finances of like you don't really get paid. I don't think enough to be like out all the time, which is what we'd love to do. But obviously, it's just money in it. Like 20, 30 years ago, bands were getting noticed off like I don't know, say a million streams, and people were like, "Wow!" In the '80s, that was like a big thing, but now it's like nothing, is it? Like, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's
especially
gotten exponentially harder for you guys to actually not only get noticed, but to
yeah,
keep it moving, right? I mean, you look at these, for lack of a better term, pop tarts, right? The people that make this mindless pop music. even they have trouble getting out there, right? And
Yeah.
and you guys are doing. I mean, it's a genre that doesn't lend itself well to radio. Granted, the fans are a little bit more rabid. I will say that about what we like to listen to, but
Yeah.
it's a hustle. It's a hustle.
Yeah. I think we slip into like obviously just the subgenre of like both grunge and new metal. So it's like not just new metal for us, which is pretty good for us as well. Like so we do broaden out to like more people like but yeah, it is hard. It is very hard. And like Chaz was saying, it's like we've got, everything comes out of our own pockets. We haven't got a label, so we're paying for everything ourselves as well. So if there's any labels out there who does want signers, give us a shout.
The money so we can don't have to spend
Yeah,
any money.
but, uh,
Without
but,
going.
but only signers if you're going to give us like 20 grand or something.
50. I want about 50 grand. That'll do.
Yeah.
Right. There you go.
It's gone.
Where are you guys from over there? I'm not Jay's good with the geography. I'm fucking awful with it. So Jay will know when you say it. But where are you guys from over there?
Go on, Scotty.
Uh,
This is all you.
Yeah, so we're from a town called Stoke-on-Trent. It's like it's in the Midlands. It's like basically smack bang in the middle of the UK lot. But yeah, it's just a bit of an old shitty town. Like.
Robbie Williams and bloody
Yeah, Robbie Williams comes from
Robbie
here.
Williams, Jesus, that's the cultural reference.
Robbie Williams and Lemmy and Slash are from here.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a few names there coming from out there. They got Oatcake.
Yeah. Oatcakes and Josiah Wedgwood. He's from here as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
His accent is that's a Stokey accent. Mine's like a little bit down further away. Mine's like Cheshire, darling. Like that's what mine is.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was literally going to say like, and this is not in a bad way at all. Like your accent is super thick, dude. So that's why I was like, I gotta ask because Jay will know.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to learn with Tim. The farther north we get on the island, the harder he has understanding. Like if we got into like, God forbid, we got somebody from Glasgow, I'd be like, Tim, you just sit this one out. I'll have to act as translator because it's tough. It's tough.
No, I can understand what they're saying.
Are you understanding, Scotty? Because it's usually Scotty who have to be like, he's saying hello, like he's saying all right.
Yeah, when we go out on tour with other bands and that, and we meet and they're just like, what are you on about? Like, you don't understand what you're on about.
My girlfriend's mom's boyfriend is from he's from London, but when I first met him, every time he would talk, I'd be like, what the fuck are you saying? I can't understand you.
Us Americans or something else. Yeah.
Yeah, he says that we speak English wrong, and you guys over there you guys do it right. I'm like, all right, man, that's fine.
They do speak real English. I mean, even the Indians, people from India speak the Queen's English better than we do. We sound like kind of half retarded, left in a microwave children. So you brought it up, Scott, but it's an interesting comparison, right? Like when you said we're more like the new metal grunge sound, that umbrella, right? Tim has been going on about it for probably 2 years now, 3 years. The stuff that comes out of the UK in that genre is, I no offense to any of the American bands, sometimes head and tails above, right? Yeah. What we're doing here, you guys, and we had Profiler and Severed and Graphic Nature, and a lot of that stuff is bending genres in a way where it really sounds interesting. Body Web was the other band I found lately where I'm like, yeah, that shit's really good. Like, I don't know why, it just seems like for what's coming off the island is really, really well matured in that type of sound.
Yeah, there's a lot of great bands. There's like you said, like bands like Graphic Nature and Profile and Body Web and that, but we kind of feel like we're trying to still stick to like whereas like Profile and Graphic Nature really still got that like really heavy element. We feel as if we try and be like more along the lines of like the Linkin Park style, like really, and like Incubus and stuff like that. Down that kind of road, like, but But yeah, the whole genre at the moment of like new metal and grunge and like there's a big boom in shoegaze. Like there's so many shoegaze bands at the moment. Um, but yeah, I just feel like we write more old school than like a lot of bands. We still sticking it to that really core 90s sound, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you guys are closer to like Tim, like a Teenage Wrist, right? Or like
Yeah,
that sort of stuff, the grungier, the post grunge type stuff, which I love that sound making a comeback, right? Like I
yeah,
mean, the bands that do it well, and it's really enjoyable.
yeah. Like I mean, like especially like with songs like the difference between like our song Ache and then say like Chains. Like there's the difference is like the Ache is like obviously that really kind of um trying to think like that Limp Bizkit kind of riff, really kind of bouncy riff, and then Chains is like completely a different kind of vibe, like proper grunge, proper. It's just I don't know. We just every time we write music, we don't really say, "Oh, we're gonna go in and write, um, we're gonna go in and write a new metal song, or we're gonna go in and write." We just turn up and just whatever's on the day just happens. We just go with that, like
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the last single we did, Motion. I mean, a lot of people were saying like it's very Linkin Park, but I'm not. I don't really know. I don't really know what the style of that song was. I
I
don't know what
think
you
that
think.
that song is fantastic. I gotta tell you, I in the run up, I actually did some I did some, I did my homework. I re-listened to everybody we have on, and I thought Motion is great. I thought the EP before there were some songs on that EP that I thought were unbelievable, and I
Yeah.
know
Oh
it's
yeah,
good
dude.
when I have my speakers behind me. I know it's good when I'm typing and I stop and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? What song is this? Like, repeat that. Yeah, yeah, fantastic,
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
And
dude. When
congrats.
that when Mercy came out on that EP, man, I was fucking blown away. That song is incredible, man.
Cheers, man. Appreciate that. Really do.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
I really thought that one was going to do a little bit better. I'm not going to lie. I had high hopes for that one. I thought that one was going to do what Motion did, but Motion seems to have taken a body of itself and kind of like gone a lot. Well, it's just done. We haven't brought any music out since like the EP, so it's been a little bit of a while, so we didn't know what to expect. And the reception that we got from Motion has been mental. To be fair, just like off the bat.
Yeah,
Like, I think it's only been out like a month, and it's got like 88,000 or something like that.
yeah, it's
God
like
damn,
me.
nice.
Yeah,
And I mean, like for someone that doesn't have any like backing or anything like that, and it's just kind of like off the back of like what we built. It's nice to see people give a shit. A lot of
yeah,
people give a shit, so it's nice when people actually do and they actually give the time of day to give a shit and listen to what you're saying. Really,
yeah.
Yeah, Ch Charlie, you sing, correct?
I do indeed. I try to. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. And I don't know if you're gonna take this as a compliment, but to me it was. Or I mean, me giving it is. But I remember one day I don't know if you guys use Apple Music. If you let a record go, it'll play something similar to the band you were just listening to.
Okay. Yeah.
So your guy's song "Stranger Skin" comes on, and I'm just like, all right, this is cool. But like during that chorus, man, has anyone ever told you you sound like Lane Staley a little bit?
Oh, I'm going to take that as a compliment. What are you on about? Yeah.
Hello, yeah.
Dude, I was listening to that song and I'm like, hold on a fucking second, man. I rewind it and I'm like, this dude is fucking sounds exactly like Lane in this call. I'm like, dude, that is fucking amazing. That, by the way, that whole record is fucking great, man.
Mhm.
Yeah,
'Cause I remember
Mhm.
hearing that song and I was like, all right, I gotta add this band. And then I listened to the record like fucking 12 times in a row after that. It's dude, this
Oh,
is really good shit, man.
appreciate that, mate. I've
But
been told
but
maybe
somebody has said that before.
someone has said, oh yeah, they have, which I'm, honestly like honored because like he's just got one of them voices where he just fucking belts it, and I love all the singers that kind of like come from that era of kind of like where they just absolutely send their voice. They kind of like just literally just let it go each time. It's like they have a battle with themselves of how much that they can give to themselves, like how much on their throat and how much they can push. It's like, you got like Chris Cornell, you've got fucking like all of them other ones that just completely just like absolutely soar. All all the choruses that just like, they're just them choruses you listen to and you just go, fuck me. That's so on point that you could just like, yeah. So yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, and I'm glad you say something about choruses because I'm one of them people that firmly believes if you can't write a good chorus, you can't write anything.
If you can't write a good chorus, you're never gonna get big, get out. Like
Yeah.
even if you're doing brutal death metal, it's just inhale gurgles. If you can't nail the chorus,
Yeah,
It's
no,
a
no one wants a shit chorus. No one wants a shit
mm-mm,
chorus. That's
mm-mm.
all.
it's a bit of a thing now that we do as well, where we actually probably most of the songs that we've written since Outworld, we start the writing process with the chorus. A lot of songs that we've written now, we've done it. Whereas before Outworld, excuse me, it's always been we start with a guitar riff or this, but now it's like we kind of write around the choruses now. So Chaz will come with a chorus, and then me or Joe will come in with an idea, and then we'll just blend them together, and then we go from there. So, well,
That is actually a great idea.
Yeah,
that
it
was
is because the chorus is the hook that everything hangs off of.
yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, that's the part that everybody's gonna revert back to.
I mean, that was like our
Okay.
producer Sam Bloor. He was like the one who was like, it's all about the hook, it's all about the chorus. So that's the way that we've, like I said, the last probably 3 years. That's how we've written songs. So
Yeah, it's going all right.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
you got it down because to me, like I said, it's the most important part of the song, and especially in the genre like of new metal nowadays. Like back in the '90s, like to me, new metal was just like a lot of groove and a lot of just
yeah,
like in your face kind of stuff. But in today's age of new metal, everybody is doing them choruses where it's like it makes you like I can't sing for shit, but I'll tell you what, if I'm alone in my fucking car and I'm digging that shit, I'm gonna try. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
I was punishing the dogs this weekend because Tim and I always talk about Nickelback, right? Where
love them,
everybody shits on Nickelback, but I don't care. They can write fucking rock songs. They can
love
write
them.
hooks. And I was trying to sing it, and I was definitely punishing the dogs. I'm surprised they didn't start howling because it was. I forgot what figure you out. I think it was that. At one point, I'm singing, and I look over, the dog's looking at me like, "Fucking really? Like really? You're putting like really? We gotta listen to this?" But I
Right.
mean, you got to your point. The chorus is the key, right? That's what everything hangs off of. And if it's not something that I can hum to myself or nod my head to, it's gonna get lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
You should see all my playlists and that. Like all of my Spotify is just like one song of one band. If it has the chorus that I want, I'm just like that's it. And then I don't listen to anything else. And I just have a playlist of just choruses that I love and nothing fucking else. So I should probably give the rest of the songs a good go. But like I hear that one thing and I'm just like I'm in a million times played. Like I don't know what I'm listening to at the moment. I think something like there's a song by Paleface Swift. I can't
Yep.
even I can't even remember what the name of the song is, but it's got this one line in it. It's just a hook, and I've just been listening to it like a million times. Maybe that's my brain. Who knows? It's
I
1 o'clock.
wonder.
Love hurts.
I wonder if it's Love
It's
Hurts.
probably
Yeah.
Love Hurts. That's the one where they go from whatever they're doing to this massive like, yo, Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads in an arena. Like that. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that where they kick into like the solo near the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that was brilliant. Like fucking brilliant. That is great. But yeah, that's just choruses all over, and then like just a heavy fuck off riff. Really, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Jay put that. We did a reaction video on that song, and I didn't hear it yet. And Jay's just waiting for my reaction. I'm like, what just happened? Like this song did like 7 genres in one, and I loved every second of it.
to be fair,
It
Definitely
also,
one of the sickest bands out right now. That new record is fucking great, man.
yeah. Yeah.
I only just fell onto them literally by off chance. Literally came up on Spotify and was just like I literally never heard of them before. Literally just that first song on the play out there. Yeah,
It's
so
they did a headliner through the States, and I
oh,
told Tim I caught the show in Philly,
mm,
and this was a sold out show of people who I have never seen before in my life. And Philly is not that big of a city. And I've been seeing shows here 30 years, right? I literally did not recognize one person. And I was like, this band is going to be fucking huge. It's like the last time Knocked Loose came through and it was all these younger people and the room was sold out. And I'm looking around going, this band is going to be huge. Like you could just tell when there's that many weirdos or normies in the room. It's like, yo, okay, well, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Especially in Philly, where you know the crowd every time. Like you're gonna know the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I don't say that again.
Is it like Stoke, Philly? I don't know where you're at, like.
So we're on the East Coast. So we're south of New York and north of DC. So we're like let's put it this way, you could get a direct flight here from London. It's not a big deal. Like we're not like in the Midwest somewhere where it's like cornfields and shit. Yeah. Yeah. We're fairly urban.
I'm very surprised he doesn't know where Philly is. That's crazy.
Well,
I don't even use the internet much. It's
well, we talked about that, Tim. Like, people don't realize how big the states are until you come here. And it's
Yeah,
like, how
yeah.
long does it take you to drive from one side to the other? A week? Yeah, it's something else. So what do you guys? So aside from recording, what else you got going on? Any shows coming up? Anything big that you're working on?
We've got a show with we've got the first show of this year is on the 22nd of February in London, Soho, with Love Is Noise. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, good band. And Angel Number. It's their album release show. So that should be pretty cool. Really looking forward to that. And then we've got like a couple of festivals even there, but we've just literally signed with Echelon booking agency.
Okay.
So they like just on the ball for trying to get some bigger shows like. So they've like come on board and basically told us where we've been going wrong over the last few years of playing like shows up and down, like bit not so much pointless like, but we've never we're like this kind of band who doesn't really turn down shows. So we'll go and just play like as many shows as we can, but really doesn't really do us any help like. So
playing your shed, like we'll be that band that'll come and play in your shed, and then people will be like, "Well, why are you playing in my shed? Like, why are you here?" Like, it'll be one of them. But
so he's on the he's on the hunt for some bigger shows and stuff, and just better festivals and everything, better support slots and everything. So, but we've been like over the last few years, we've been that band who's just been the headline band. We've never really had the opportunity to go out and tour with bigger bands.
Okay.
So we feel like now we deserve a little bit of a chance to go out and tour with some bigger bands. So we aren't the one trying to get the crowd in. We want to be able to like see what it's like to be supporting the band who's got the big crowd. You know what I mean? So
the challenge.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that this year, I mean, we've got, like I said, we've got a couple of new singles coming out here and there, but we don't really know what we're doing release wise at the moment with like albums and stuff. We don't really know like at the moment. Because like I said, it's all finances for us. But yeah, it's just moving forward shows and that's it. Like keeping the van on the road mainly.
What do you guys think is the better route to go and release wise? Because to me right now, and I think Jay will agree, I think a single a month or like every other month right now is kind of like the thing that's going to keep people's ears.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, because the great thing is like if you do 5 singles and then you release the EP with like one extra track, it's like people are gonna be loving it because like they're getting that extra track as well. I think that is like the smart thing now, especially with how you can just put it right on Spotify and it's just right there for you. You just say on your social media, "Hey, new song out," and it's just like people are gonna run to it because if you guys said, well, you got 88K on Motion, it's like them people are gonna come back and check out the new track.
Yeah, 100%.
There's no mess
100%.
With the album way of doing things, I think just it's too much money, and you kind of like lose tracks almost. If you're like really into them off the bat, like fair enough, and you'll go down that route. But how many people actually go down that route properly, especially in this day and age where it's kind of like so quick? You kind of like having the single out and then having a month or two in between is perfect, and it gives the band time as well to finance, be able to do the next single until someone maybe comes along and then gives them like an option to maybe do an album down the line if they need to, or an EP or something like that. And it just saves, bands so much money, because even going out as a new band is like so much money, like off the bat, like the investment. If I was starting a new band now at the age of like 20 or something like that, I'd be shitting it. I'd be like, oh well, I've got to get a van, I've got to get equipment, I've got to pay for a single. That's going to be like 5 grand off the bat. Like
Yeah.
I haven't got a job. I'm just going to fucking college and I want to play music. Like it's mental, but I think that the single way of doing things is like it's the perfect formula at the moment. And maybe it'll change down the line, but at the moment it seems to be the way that it's going with everything. I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you guys like say you put out an EP Friday,
Yeah.
it's January. By the time fucking July comes, there's so much music that comes out. People are just literally gonna forget that it even came out. I mean,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's not saying anything bad about your band. That's just the way it is, man. Like it's just like I forget shit comes out last month. I'm like, oh fuck, I totally forgot about that. And that's a month ago. But it's like
like in the eyes of Spotify and the eyes of everything else, Motion is already old as a track, as a single. It's already
yeah.
When you think about it, it's mental when you think
Yeah.
about it. Right, honestly.
I think the bands that are successful are the ones that are doing, like you said, and even like if you were announced that, hey, our album's coming out in March, right?
Mhm.
People will forget in the 2 months between now and March. So I think the secret is announce when your album's coming out and you do a single every couple of weeks leading up to it. And then when the album comes out, it's the singles that people have heard and like 5 or 6 songs they haven't sold, right? Because you've got that already built in. I've already been paying attention. I've been checking out shit as it came out.
That's kind of like what Throne did with the new record.
That's exactly what Throne did. They did a new single every month for like 4 or 5 months, and then they released the album. And their tour here, almost all of it is sold out. I'd say a good 70% of it is sold out. There were a bunch of cities they've actually upgraded the venue to larger cap rooms. So I mean, like, and they've only been through the States, what, maybe a handful of times, never as a headliner. That it was they were support for Spite and they were support for somebody else, and that's kind of wild. I mean, and I will say, I think more people are going to shows now because after being locked in the house for 1 year, 1.5, 2 years, now people are just fucking. I'll leave the house, and it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. To be fair, I think that just you got to be clever with it. You have to be clever with it
Yeah,
because, and it's all online as well. I would say you've got to build all online so much. There's so much of this like it's. I don't feel like it's what it used to be. Like when we started, we played shows back to back to everyone in every single goddamn place you could think of in the UK, just relentlessly, and it just don't work like that anymore. Right? You'll end up just burning yourself out. So it's like picking and choosing what's the best and what's the worst case scenario that'll give you some form of money, but also give you a good kind of like crowd. Like it's kind of sad, really, because it is fun doing all of them tours and all them small ones that we started, like doing like 4 days every month, 5 days every month, every single weekend, and because you see all of the like all the little weird stories and all the weird places that you go and all the weird people like playing in like I don't know like Leamington Spa or somewhere like that. There's somewhere mad that you'd never think, like playing mold in the middle of Wales, like people like throwing chairs at like each other, like just random little memories that you get. But like now with the new ones coming through, I don't think they get that. I think they just get like we're online and then you know here's a bigger show to support, and then that's it. That they miss that out almost. I think.
you're right, Charlie. That's actually changed how bands, the grind is how bands got big. Like the example Tim and I always talk about is Hatebreed. Hatebreed toured for 3 years off
Yeah.
that first album, which had a total runtime of like 19 and a half minutes, but they toured 3 years nonstop. They played with everybody and anybody. And that's how they built that name recognition, right? Like, I mean, Tim, Lamb of God, right? Lamb of God's from south of us down in Virginia. They were in Philly almost every weekend playing a show. They were always around. And that's how you build a recognition. Now it's totally different. You're right. It's all online and it's all, streams and just constantly beating the social media horse. It's like dear God, I won't even put TikTok on my phone. I'm like, forget that.
Ugh.
Fuck that. I'm not putting that on my phone. My brain will melt out my ears. Yeah, forget it.
I think right now though, like with the popularity of the shorts and stuff like that, is that what they're called? Shorts?
Yeah.
I think with the popularity of that stuff, I think it's kind of lends a hand to the band though. If you have the time to do it, people love that shit, man.
Yeah.
Really do, to be honest. I'm not dissing it in any way. If it can make fans bigger, that's fair enough. I'm just saying it's very different now to what it kind of was when we started, and like because we're a bit older, it's kind of like I don't know. I wish it was still the other way. I know it sounds like silly to say, but I wish it was the other way. For sure, I'm terrible with my phone. Like I'll go on it every now and then, but like if I can, I'll just leave it alone as much as possible and just listen to music and just want to not look at it.
Well, you got the right mindset, man, because that shit does nothing but waste time.
Yep.
Like, like an hour later, like, the fuck did I just do for an hour? Like, I could have been
Yeah.
doing so many other things.
I
Yeah, that,
literally before this podcast, I was looking at like Darren's Hill fight, and I looked at that for like an hour, and I was like, "What?" I looked at Darren's Hill fight for an hour, and I didn't even get anywhere. I was like, "What have I just done with this hour?" Like just looking
yep.
at this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just, man, I don't know.
I did that Saturday night. I watched a dude camp in Alaska overnight with just a sleeping bag for like an hour and a half. I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? Why? And I'm like enamored of how fucking crazy this dude is. But then I look at the clock. I'm like, I can't fucking believe I just wasted an hour and a half.
I have spent, there are many nights I've spent well over an hour watching Russian dash cam videos of like them like collisions and stuff. And I'm sitting there and I'm completely amazed. And then I'm like, wait, what time is it? What does that say? 2 o'clock in the yeah, like
Yeah.
that it's for whatever reason, it literally is like it's like fucking Halloween 3. The thing just zaps your brain and it pulls you in, and you're like, next thing you know, you wake up and you're like, where did those hours go?
Yeah,
I wanted to ask,
the way that they made people addicted to your phones and them apps is fucking brilliant. I'll give them that,
Yeah.
man.
They need to
Yeah.
put something in the music like as well.
Yeah.
Invest it into people's brains, like Black Coast, listen to this fucking song now. Like,
Neuralink, hack the Neuralink, and just it'll be like remember when Apple released that iPod and it was a big deal because it came preloaded with U2's album.
U2's album.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like somebody will hack the Neuralink, so when I get it installed, like I have the new, I don't know, Black Coast EP. That's kind of fucking brilliant if you think about it, right?
I mean, that's marketing genius right now. Like,
Marketing genius.
It really is.
It was impossible to get off of there too. Like it just would not remove
Oh, you couldn't
itself.
delete it. You couldn't delete it. It was like, what the fuck is this? Tim, I know it's running late for these guys. Any other questions you've got?
Yeah. I just want to ask, like, because right now I think that in the UK, like, I think it's one of the strongest scenes in the new metal scene, like the metalcore stuff going on. What do you guys think makes it so special over there? Because honestly, like the last 3 years for me, my best of list in the top 5, I've had UK bands every single time. And that's saying a lot too, because there's so many good bands in the States, but like I swear it's just like when I heard that Profiler stuff, I was just like, there's just something special going on over there. Like, what do you guys think that attributes to?
that's a big
I'm gonna,
question.
I'm gonna say, like, for me and for people who I talk to who are into this kind of stuff, it's more nostalgia. I think
Okay.
people like the nostalgia of the sound of, like, obviously, because when new metal first was about, a lot of people didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? With like Limp Bizkit and Korn and Slipknot and that, and now it's come back around again. People are like, oh, like you look at like when Limp Bizkit first come out, people were like, this shit's fucking terrible. Like people just didn't get it at all. But now it's like people are getting it now, and like them bands are now massive. And I think like us and Profile and Graphic Nature and that, and are we bringing it back to like how it was a little bit? Obviously, like Charlie said about like the TikTok and all that, and all the internet, but like people love that nostalgic feel of like that old. I don't know what it is, just that old vibe. I can't explain it, but to me, it's like a nostalgic feeling. That's how I explain it, and why people I think are enjoying it more.
Yeah, maybe it lends to like now that the younger kids are finally hearing like Corn for the first time or Linkin
Yeah.
Park, and then yeah, that you make sense actually. I didn't even think of that.
And like now, like when I was at school, like if somebody had like a Slipknot hoodie on, you'd probably get beat up. But now it's cool. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
now it's like people are cool to be wearing like Slipknot and stuff and Corn and like like when Jonathan Davis had like the Adidas tracksuits and all that and and all that stuff and the Adidas trainers and all that. But like I said, when I was at school, no one really cared about that. People were like, that's just like that's not cool. But now it is cool. Now a lot of younger people are dressing like they were
Mm-hmm.
then. Now I think it's like a really good vibe. I think it's just a cool vibe, to be honest with you.
Has the fashion of new metal made its way over there again? Because over here, everyone's wearing the fucking big pants again.
Oh,
I
big
see them
pants are
constantly.
back.
100%. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Across the board is like definitely 100%. Yeah, with it, I'd say it's gone everywhere. To be fair, it's leaked into like you know like normal fashion or if you want to call it normal fashion or whatnot. But I think it's just everyone's just jumped on it. I mean, you look at any kind of like site now, it's just like exactly the same. All the big pants, big shoes, like they're selling like Corn, like tops on ASOS and shit like that. It's like it's all good. Like everyone, like everyone looks like a 2003 emo kid now. It's
Which is
mental.
wild to see, right? It's like, yo, am I having a stroke?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
absolutely mental to see. Like you just walking around, you're like, fuck. Like literally look at someone with all like the chain or like 14 chains on it, massive baggy shit like trousers with like the tribal bit on, and then like like the massive t-shirt, and then like just some mad things that aren't skater shoes, but they like look like these mad boots, and you're just like, I used to look like you in but like about 10, 15 years ago. This is mad. This doesn't make sense, but it's cool to see. It's cool to see. So it must mean it's doing something, and like Scott was saying, nostalgia. I think the music itself is just like people are realizing that. I think before this started happening, I think people were just getting a bit sick of the same old shit. Like
Hmm,
people were getting sick
fair.
of it was just like I don't know. I think in my mind, people were just everything was just oversaturated, and the only good thing to do is to look back. So you know what I mean. So they just kind of went, you know what, we need to start creating something again that was just as good back then. Why can't it be good now? And it's kind of like the songs are fun, new metal's fun, like the fusion of genres is fun. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
why stick to one thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my
there's only so many Architect bands I can listen to and be
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm done with this shit.
yeah,
Good
yeah,
yeah,
band,
it's,
don't get me wrong, great band, but everybody wanted to be Architects all of a sudden. It's just like,
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
yeah.
or
Pretty
everybody wants to be Lorna Shore now, and it's just like, nah. There's only two bands that do that well. It's them and like maybe one other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Signs of the Swarm, maybe. It's just like, and I love the way it's going, man. Especially like bands like Split Chain and stuff. Like I fucking love all that stuff coming back. And
Yeah.
it,
Is Split Chain a UK band?
yeah, they're
yeah,
from Bristol.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, yeah,
but
but I'm loving it, man. Say
they're
that
all from,
again.
they're all from the UK, mate. It's all good.
Yeah, dude, I'm not surprised at all, man. I love everything that's going on over there.
But it's
Seriously,
funny
man.
because it's funny because all the bands are from the UK, but our high streams all come from America. Like in our top 10 high streaming places, it's 10 American cities. Like I think
Wow.
London is like the next one, but it's always like America. Like we get like so many streams in America now. It's like unreal. Like when we
Wild.
released Motion, it was like 60% of the streams come from America.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That just
considering that we
shows you
don't
right
have
there.
considering that we don't have any kind of like backing or anything to do with America, that's even more wilder for us.
Yeah, well, dude, once people get a wind of what of the band, I mean, they're not going to stop because especially these younger kids nowadays, man, they're fanatics of just
Oh yeah.
anything these
Yeah. They
days.
get obsessive
Yeah.
really fast. Yeah. Which is
That's
kind of cool to see.
that's what you want. You want that kind of like you want that. If you want them to be
Hmm.
You want everyone to be upset, so you can go and play shows and shout at people and tell everyone to fuck off.
Yeah, right.
Right.
One more thing, we'll get out of here. What do you guys think of the popularity of now I forget the fucking band name. Jay, what's the big band over there?
Oh,
Sleep Token.
Sleep Token. What do you guys think of that band?
Man,
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly what I'm going to be doing in about 20 minutes,
There
sleeping.
you go.
I don't
I,
get. I mean, I don't know about Chaz, but I don't get it. Like, I don't. It just goes completely over my head. I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't get it at all. It's not for me. It's not my thing. But then neither is like Architects or Lorna Shore. That just goes straight over my head completely. So whatever Chaz is feeling on that, like, but that's not my. They're not for me.
again, yeah, I haven't taken. I mean, there's been two songs that I heard that I liked. I think they did something with Lowe's that was really cool. Um, and other than that, like, nah, not for me really. I just think it's, I don't know, it's a bit.
Not surprised at all.
Mm-mm.
That's
No.
definitely a band you either hate or you love. So
I will say this though, it was weird to go see them live and have the girls outnumber the guys there 3-1.
Not fair.
I was looking around and I'm like, I'm one of the only dudes here. This is kind of interesting.
yeah,
It's
that's
really
that's
kind of
actually
interesting.
that's actually
Yeah.
impressive to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it was way more chicks than dudes. And then the random
Yeah.
dude shows up in like a Cannibal Corpse t-shirt, and you're just like, hey, it takes all kinds, man. It takes all
Yeah.
kinds.
I
So
think I
guys,
saw it. I think I saw a comment where it was like something like Sleep Token or 21 Pilots for metal, something along them like a kind of whatever kind of band they are, like the softer version of that band is metal, and I was like, well, yeah, there you go then. That's what they all like.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
not too far off.
Something, something like that.
something like that.
So, guys, we're gonna let you out of here. Before we do, tell the people listening, tell the people watching, where can they find you? Where do they go for information, news about shows, merch? Where would they go?
Just literally go. We've got a website www.blackcoast.co.uk. Everything's on there. Everything
And
for your socials, merchandise, tours, new releases, everything. Just go to that one place and it'll send you everywhere else you need to go.
You guys
I
ship
know.
worldwide?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, bullshit. Yeah.
Good
And if
shit.
there's any American people out there who want to pay for us, come over and do a tour over there, we'd love to.
Was literally my last question. Would you guys ever come over here? But there it is. It's answered.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, we've got our
one
biggest.
guys listened, by the way, as well. I just wanted to put that in there. So thank you to anyone who listens to this and who's listened and is from America and whatnot, who has actually listened to the band and everything. And cheers for having us on. Appreciate that as
Yeah,
well. And
really
Yeah, man,
appreciate it.
dude. Thank
yeah,
you guys so much for the
Yeah,
time. Seriously.
seriously. We know it's late, so we really do appreciate it. All right. On behalf of Tim and Jay and Scott and Charlie, well, we want to thank everybody who's tuning in, watching, listening. On behalf of Tim and myself, we want to thank you guys for once again joining us. Everybody knows where to find us: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, 267-297-4627. New episodes every Wednesday, new reactions every Friday. On behalf of all four of us, everybody, cheers.